Good day, everyone. Good day, family and friends. Good day, my neighbor. Good day, all parents. So, welcome to Life Paths webinar, parenting webinar with Damilola Mayowa Owulabi. I'm happy and excited to be here today. Please don't mind my look. Don't mind my look and my voice. Don't worry. Look beyond it. all right. Yes, it's good to be here again, and thank you to every parent that commented, sent me message as regards our last week topic. Thank you for all your responses, all those that asked questions. I hope I was able to answer all our questions. And to all those that joined our community, God bless you. We hope that you start gaining value as soon as possible. Alright, I'm not going to be taking much time today. But I promise you that it's going to be an amazing time. Okay, once again, I'm your regular host. My name is Damilola Mayowa Owulabi, and the topic that we have before us today is how to safeguard your teenagers, your children from social media experience. Okay, so I promised that I was going to talk about this in my video last week. So hence the reason why we are bringing this topic up today. And I've had a lot of messages in my inbox between that last week and today about social media this, social media that, how to this, how to that. Okay, so I'm going to be doing great justice to it today. If we are not able to finish, we'll continue again next week, or we continue in the community. And that is why it's very important and essential that if you have not joined our parenting community, you need to please join so you won't miss out of information that we teach every time. Alright, so let's start like this. While we are growing up as parents now, while we were growing up then, I remember that I used Sagem, the blue light Sagem. I used Nokia Palasa 3310. I used Motorola, the Blade Motorola. I remember that I used. So if you're a parent and you are following me, please type in the ones that you use, the kind of phone that you used then when phone was coming light. I remember that I used this Nokia, this green light Nokia, the small one with the foam button. I remember that I used Turaya. Yes, I used Turaya. I remember that then when I entered into an institution, I was using this Blade Motorola, to use Google to do assignment, to do project, and we thought we have seen it all then. So but now we ain't seen anything yet. We are still going to be seeing more. Now that is us as parents. Now let's talk about our parents, maybe a senior parent that is older than me, myself, and I can imagine majority of them didn't use phone. If they had opportunity to use phone, they probably used landline at home, where other neighbors will come to receive call in your house, or you go and receive calls in their house, and in the whole of a street only one house is having the green rounding phone. I'm taking us back to this time so we'll know that every time developments set in and things change. And the way things change, we need to trend and change with it. If not, we'll be left out of valuable informations and things that we are supposed to know. In today's digital age, teenagers are growing up as digital natives. Yes, we call it digital natives, meaning digital entity, digital personnel. You know, from the age of 7, 8, you now see children doing coding. You know, our teenagers right now, you see good. You see the children, what they are going to see now, that's another set of generation entirely. What they are going to see now, you'll be surprised. So let me ask you a question as parents. Why is it that you didn't teach your children how to operate phone? But they take your phone, they operate it like they've been taught, they've been, operating it for a long time. You find out that you don't even need to teach children how to operate phone before they know how to operate phone. And one thing about it again is addictive. It is totally addictive. Even for we adults, it is totally addictive, not to even talk of children. Have you ever realized or come across, if you open TikTok, you find out that when you open your TikTok, you click on it once and it opens, right? But when you want to leave, you will have to click on it 2 times before you can leave. If you click on it 1 time, you won't leave. It will only take you to another place. If you click on it again, you won't leave. It will only take you to another place. Until you tap on it 2 times. Meaning, are you sure you really want to leave? Are you not enjoying this thing? We don't want it to leave. You get? So, until you tap it 2 times before, okay, we are really sure now that you want to leave. So, naturally, these things are addictive. We are now in a world or digital age where our teenagers are growing into this, whether we like it or not. Technologies has now set in that our TVs are smart TVs, our radio now are cables, are international radios, they are online radios where you get to hear information. So I came across a particular radio recently, and it's a radio where the people of LGBTQ operate. Also, I came across a video online recently of some popular artists that sang a song that they are LGBT and they are coming for our children. I also saw an information online where they claim that masturbation is normal and is okay. Another information I saw online recently is where is a book that teaches how not to get pregnant as a teenager or as a youth, and you still have fun. I came across online recently a site that teaches you everything you need to know in order to do examination malpractice without not being caught. And don't forget that AI too is at the increase. So I was making a research this morning, and I needed more information on the research I was doing, and I couldn't get as much as information that I needed. So in the process of making research, I came across this particular AI. Now this AI will help me do for my text, will convert my text to video. This AI will help me write from the beginning to the end. This AI takes off stress of sitting down to say I want to write projects. I saw this AI that when the children have homework at school, they don't need to sit down, make research, rack their head. Once they type it into that AI, AI brings every information they need and writes it exactly, just to copy and paste. In fact, the AI had the reference and everything needed. And I'm like, hey, will our children read again? Now, why am I laying this foundation? I'm laying this foundation to let us know that whether we like it or not, digitalization has come to stay. We are in a digital world, in the digital era, and is not going to go back to the way or to where we were coming from. We are going to be seeing more advancements day by day. My daughter in primary school is already talking about ChatGPT. You understand? So to them, it is life easy. Yes, it's life easy. But at the same time, they have their complication, they have their implications rather, and negative effects. So if you think as parents you don't need to get yourself equipped, knowledgeable, to become a vast person in digital world, you are making a very big mistake as parents in this day and generation and time. Because it's not going to get better. We are going to be seeing more of it. Now we have series of social media platforms. If I ask you as parents that tell me how many social media platforms that you know, you probably mentioned to me TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Few of us even know Snapchat. Whereas there are much more than just that 4 that our children are in, different ones. There's a social media platform that is only meant for female. And there's another social media that is only meant for male. When they sent the link to me and I entered, to observe, you need to see the things that is going on in the female world there. You need to see, yes, I get to learn a lot of things. At the same time, a lot of things was exposed to me there. And I shook my head every day for every parent who still think that it is all right for us to just live our daily life without getting ourselves knowledgeable or equipped to know what these our teenagers, our children are exposed to, are going through, have the opportunity to see every day. The devil has come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I hope that we know that this Bible verse is not saying that it's going to bring knife to your neck and just strangle your neck once, and no. Devil is going to be using so many tools, so many tactics, so many means in order to get to our children, in order to get to our homes, in order to get to different families. And one of the tools is digitalization. So some will ask me, is digitalization good? Oh yes, digitalization is fantastically good. It has its advantage. It has its importance. At the same time, it has its disadvantages too. So how do we maneuver it? What do we do as parents? All we need to do is just know how to manage it, how to equip our children, how to keep them informed, so that even when they are dead, they will not join them. You know the saying that says, if you cannot beat them, you join them. So that even when they are among them, they won't join them. So twerking on internet, showing buttocks, naked, bad news, and all of that, they are fast trending than good things. Yet God is seeking and looking for that set of generation who will stand to post reasonable things, godly things online, content online. Let's imagine that as much as those that are posting all this negativity we are talking about, that is giving our children bad information and all of that, Let's imagine that the weight in which they are pumping those content online, we too, as Christians, as parents, as believers, as Muslims, we are pumping our own content too online as much as they are doing it, or even much more than they are doing it, so that there will be balance, and so that our own will even be much than theirs. By so doing this, we are protecting our children, we are helping our children, and we are helping generations to come. Because the next set of generations that are coming, by the time they have opportunity to grab phone, trust me, what are the things they are going to be seeing? So this is part of the reason why we as parents need to be informed on how to use digitalization to our advantage, to God glory, and to teach our children the right way to make it happen. I read a script this morning, a report this morning of 10 students that was expelled from Harvard University. And while I was reading it, I found out that it's going to take a lot for you to gain admission into Harvard University. It's a lot. It's not a beans. For you to get admission into Harvard University and just lose it on the platter of, because they have given a strict rules, the school has given a strict rules on the use of social media, and you went ahead because they couldn't tame themselves, went ahead to breach the rules on social media. The school made their investigation, trace it to them, and expel them. So this is part of the reason why we need to equip our children and educate them on how to be social media intelligent, how to be social media wise, how to be social media positive. First thing first, let's understand the risk. Social media platform offers numerous opportunities for teenagers to connect, express themselves, and also explore interests. Those are the advantages, and even more. However, it also exposes them to potential risks such as cyberbullying, predators, mental health issues, and privacy concerns. It is vital for parents to recognize these risks and take proactive measures to protect their teens. So what are the things that we are supposed to do as parents? Number one, we should establish open communication. I always say something whenever I come up on the webinar and anytime I have opportunity to speak to the parents. Please pardon me. And whether you like it or not, one of the greatest help you can do for yourself or to yourself is to make sure you are close to your children and they can communicate and talk to you freely from time to time without hiding anything from you. And you too can also talk to them. So it is important that we create bond. So now that I said establish open communication cannot happen if we have not created relationship with our children, if we have not created bond with them. So one of the most effective ways to safeguard your teen's social media experience is by establishing open and honest communication. Encourage your teenager to share their online activities, friends, and concerns with you. Like I said, if you are not close to them, if you have not been communicating, they won't come to you to tell you things that concerns their social media. I've shared a story here some time ago of one of our teenage girls that a nude picture was exposed online and everywhere, and that affected her mental health, led her into trauma and a state of first stage of mental illness. And right now she's still undergoing treatment just from the effect of a nude picture spreading all over school, all over their campus, in our area, so she can't even walk. Unfortunately for her, that is where her dad build. It's not as if it's a rented place where we can say that the parents will move away from there because of her to another location. If that girl had been social media wise, if she had gotten the information that is necessary, information like you don't share your nude pictures, you don't exchange, whether you are under pressure, no matter love that is shacking you, no matter discussion that you might be having, whenever you see anyone telling you to send your nude picture, or you are tempted to, or someone send you his nude picture and ask you to send yours, that's a red flag, and that is the time for you to run away, because they can use it against you. Encourage your teenager to share their online activities, their friends, and their concerns with you. Then, by creating a non-judgmental and supportive atmosphere, you can gain insights into their digital life and identify any potential issue they may be facing. This is very paramount. One of the mistakes that we parents do is for us to be judgmental. When a child comes to you and tell you things, before you know, we have flare up, we have start shouting, we have start reacting, there are ways to go about it. We can just become that kind of child. Will not come to you to tell you things again. Number one. Number two, you won't have access to information that you are supposed to have. I was in a meeting on Saturday, and a parent was educating other parents about social media and the likes, and another parent stood up and said, I banned my child, I think the girl is around 9, 10 thereabouts. I banned my child from using social media, and she went ahead behind me and will go to my neighbor's house, use their phone, and she's on TikTok. And blocked her mom. Blocked her mom on her WhatsApp number. Blocked her mom on every of the social media. And went to even open another fresh one. It was an outsider that told the mom that I saw your daughter dancing, shaking her boobs on the social media. And the mother was furious, beat the girl publicly and all of that. But in my mind, I was thinking, all this girl needs is orientation. Orientation of what is right and what is wrong. Educating, it's not just about we seizing the phone. It's not just about we seizing the phone, collecting the phone, logging them off social media. How many of us parents even know the right age for a child to register into social media? Do you even know how to go about it? Do you know that the TikTok is made for 13 years old upward, nothing less? And you as parents, some of the parents are even opening social media accounts for their child and posting on their behalf, and they will later hand it over to them. And the child will have access to information of the age range of the mom, because it was the mom that opened it. So there's age range of content that you will see according to your age when you register into TikTok or any other social media. So beware that when you transfer that information or that account, so to say, to your daughter or to your son, when you think they're above age, they will have access to your own age range content, which can be anything. So it is important that we are wise at this. And also, please, let's not be judgmental. Instead, let's educate them on what is right and what is wrong. All right. The next thing is educating your children about online safety. Teaching your teenagers about online safety is very, very paramount. It's very, very key. I cannot but mention it that it is very, very key. Provide them with guidance and creating strong and unique password. Avoid sharing personal information and recognizing suspicious online behavior. I used to advise parents of my teenagers that be a friend to your children on their social media. 2 ways to go about it. Don't let the teenagers hear that I tell you that. 2 ways to go about it. Number 1, either you to register a fake account. Maybe those children think they have sense, Abby. You to have sense more than them. Either you register a fake account to look for them, search for them, and befriend with them so that you can see activities that is going on. That is not you invading their privacy. That is you monitoring. And sometimes you see some things you do, you pretend like you do not see. Do you understand? So be friends with your children friends online. That will help you to know their kind of friends, what the friend is posting, how that friend can influence your own children. My daughter did something recently, and any small thing she will just ease. Any small thing she will just ease. Any small thing she will just ease. And we started correcting her and telling her this thing is a bad habit and all of that. But I realized that when she decides to stop, when she goes to school and come back, she continues again. When she goes to school and come back, she continues again. Until I got to her school and found out that one of her friends, that is her core behavior, and many teachers and everybody were complaining and all of that, and the girl hears a lot, and I'm like, so this is where you got this habit for. Instead, we changed strategy and started educating her on, okay, this is the reason why you should not eat. This is the implication of it. This is how it can affect you. This is what it can do to you. This is how it can make you look in the public. And we not even encourage her to help that her friend. And that was how we were able to help her with that attitude. So what am I saying in essence? I'm saying that parents should be a friend to their children friends online. So it will help you to know their kind of friend, what they do, what they post, how they dress, their reasoning to life, their kind of parents, and so many other things and information that you need to know. It is also important that we encourage them to think critically and question the credibility of information they come across on social media. We need to emphasize this to the children that every information found on the social media is not true and is not correct. No, as in, not every information found on the social media is true and correct. There are so many false, there are so many lies, there are so many contradicting answers and words that you find there that can be confusing and influencing. So they need to sniff and censor what they watch, what they see, what they do. A parent asked me a question that, is it right for me to give my 10-year-old daughter a phone that is about to go to boarding school and will be using phone there? And I said, if that is the future plan, she's about to go to boarding school, then let her start using phone from home. And the father was like, this, that. And I said, Esa, it's better that she start using that phone from home. You start monitoring it. You start knowing if you can trust her with the phone. And you even let her know. You put all the necessary parental control and everything that you need to put. And also teach her how to use phone positively. So I also encourage the parents that instead of putting other things on the phone, let the things that are there that will be on the phone be something that will encourage her to think positive. So we installed Canva, graphics designing on the phone. We installed video editing on the phone. We installed quiz on the phone. We installed how to dress decently on the phone. Hope you know that there are apps that teach how to dress. There are apps that teach cooking. There are apps that teach coding. There are apps that teach coding. There are apps that teach essay writing. There are apps that teach fashion designing. So we put a lot and enough of those apps on the phone. And we begin to monitor, give assignments on each of those things. And when they eventually gave her the access to social media, which was one of it was WhatsApp, it was because they needed to use it in the school for a group assignment. And I said, leave her on it, but let's keep a close eye and close. Let's see how she will use. We found out that at the end of the day, because of all the things that we have passed across to the girl, she's the one correcting her friends in the group on the wrong and the bad things they were saying on the group. So trust me, the information that we have passed across to them, and I also need to emphasize this, that when we are correcting them or when we are telling them about this, it is not a harshness. It is not no, you must not do this. The children of nowadays, I told you, they are digital children. Don't give them a straight answer of yes. My yes is yes, my no is no. You cannot, and that is it. Final. It doesn't work like that for them. If you are telling them they cannot, you have to give them the reason why they cannot. You have to let them know the effects, what it will cost them if they do. And if they did not, what they will stand to gain and benefit. If you did not make it clear on the table, they are curious. Curiosity in them will want to know why you insisted on no. So for you to tame their curiosity, it is important for you parents to go to the length of giving them all the options of A, B, C after you have told them no. I know some parents will be asking, please pardon me. I know some parents will ask me, what if when I do all this, my daughters or my sons still go ahead and still yes? I'm not promising you that they might not still go overboard. When this happens, it simply means there's a peer pressure or there's something influencing them that is powerful than your own influence. So you need to raise your own voice and raise your own influence. When I mean raise your voice, I'm not saying raise your voice to shout at them. I'm saying raise your communication with them, raise your bonding with them, raise your interaction with them, raise your information with them. Never get tired of explaining the reason behind your reason to them. Give them examples of those that did it and regretted it. Give them examples of those that did not do it and achieve great success. I found out that one of the things that attracts teenagers and preteens most is when you are a storyteller as a parent. It resonates with them. Whenever they are about to take that step, they get to remember those stories that you have told them. So it is important as parents to please take this into notice. By empowering them with knowledge, you enable them to make informed decisions and protect themselves online. The next one is setting clear boundaries. Make sure that as parents, we are establishing clear boundaries regarding social media usage in essential. Discuss and agree upon time limits for usage of the social media platform, especially during school nights and homework time. The story I was trying to tell you the other time, and if you eventually don't give them to use, they will soon leave your house, don't worry, because they will finish secondary school soon. And when they finish secondary school, they will go to an institution, except they go to school where they are not permitted to use phones, which majority of schools, they permit them to use phone. They might not just permit them to use other social media platforms or connect to internet, or maybe it's just the school internet and the school is watching. But trust me, they come back home. When they come back home, they have friends at home that does not have access to that kind of school. So I want you to know that it's very important that you look into this. Also, setting time and boundary. Let there be time. Let there be rules in the house. One of the things that I'll be sending this week to the community, or to our parenting community, is rules. 10 social media rules parents need to teach your children. If I don't send it in here, then that means we'll treat it next week. And give time boundary. It is a law in this house that everybody submits their phone by 8 o'clock so that you can sleep. Everybody submits their phone, or if there is a house connector or there's a central internet at home, by 8 o'clock or by 9 o'clock, let it be switched off so that no one will have access to. Now, why am I saying this, or why am I emphasizing this? God has given me privilege to have access and create good connection and good rapport with teenagers, and majority of them that has this issue or challenge of addiction, of masturbation, pornography, and all of that. Majority of them starts from the usage of phone. Some of them tell me they are just clicking on their phone, just doing something else, and it just pop up. And when it pop up, they couldn't resist, and that was how they started. Some of them, a friend sent link to them, and you see there's a connection somewhere. I know we parents give our children phone because we want to be able to reach them, we want to be able to access them. And many of the schools have now, even secondary school level, agrees that the children should use phone because of Google Classrooms and all others. Even to those that are doing JAMB, I saw an advert of a JAMB lesson or a JAMB past question 20 years ago, JAMB question, everything on one app. Answering CBT on your own, on the app to practice. Just on one app, just with payment of 5,000 or 6,000, and I'm like, a time will come where I remember that then I'm a mass comm. I studied mass comm in school. I remember that then my lecturer Shino Aino would tell me, he would tell us that the world will become a global village where you will have the whole world in the palm of your hand. We did not understand what he was saying then. We used to call him Shalai. But it's making a lot of sense to me now. We now have the whole of the world in the palm of our hand, which is the phone. If you want to talk to somebody in Australia now, somebody in Zimbabwe, you can talk to the person on phone. A boy that was addicted to betting, gambling, he started from his phone. He saw the advert. He decided to try. And he got hooked. He's presently in juvenile home now. Because it wasn't enough that he was stealing his parents' money, he went to steal outside to gamble. Don't blame him. He is addicted. He's addicted already. And the parents were crying and blaming themselves for giving him phone. And I asked, at the first stage, what was the reason behind this phone? They had good intentions. The reason behind it is the father is busy, the mother is busy. They come back late. They need to track him. They need to know where he is. at all time, and the next thing they had to give him phone so that they can be able to track him. I don't think that's a bad thing for any parent to do. They have good motives, but at the end of the day, see how it turns out. Does that mean it's every child that is given phone that will turn out like that? No, I'm not saying that. But there are higher percent of them to turn out like that if you don't do your due diligence as parents. I know we are trying, but we need to try more, because we are trying is not the answer. It's not the answer, it's not the solution. I will stop here today, and we'll take it up from here next week. Or rather, we might continue this conversation in the group so that we can finish it up. I am sure that one way or the other we have been able to gain or get something from this. Let me drop this last one. Encourage regular breaks from screen and promote offline activity. I used to do something for myself. Once I'm on my phone for 2 hours at stretch, I put a setting on my phone that if I am on my Instagram for 2 hours at stretch, just make sure, as in, it will go off from Instagram. And once that happens, it's telling me you have spent 2 hours exactly on Instagram. The same to my TikTok, the same to my... So I just respect myself and I leave it. So we can encourage them too, so they won't get addicted. Or we can even do the settings on their phone ourselves as parents. So it is very important and it's very paramount for us to do this. And it's even good for us to do it as parents too. And I also hope that we realize that majority of all these things that these teenagers are doing, one way or the other, they are seeing it from us as parents. When you as parents, you are shaking your bum bum on the internet. They see you addicted to, internet every time. Every small thing in your house, you drink garri, you put it on internet. You buy new shoe, you put it on internet. You buy this, you put it on internet. You do this, you put it on internet. They are picking from what you are doing. If they see you that you are doing that, trust me, they too you are equipping them with the knowledge of internet is not meant for reasonable things. Just put any rubbish, any garbage you can put, just put it there. By the time they too start posting, they will start posting garbage, and they will even do more than you, because sometimes students used to know more than their teachers. While if you notice that you as parents, if you are always posting scriptures, you are posting relevant things, you are posting maybe your business or you will see that you will influence your child. They will begin to pick from what you do, and they will follow suit your footsteps. If you are parents that spend a lot of time on phone, trust me, because of spending a lot of time on phone, you are transferring a mindset to the child, to your children, and they are seeing you. Because of that, you would not have time for them, and they too will take solace in pressing phone, and they will start saying longer time, and in no time they will get addicted to it. From that addiction, they will be exposed to so many things. So it is very important that we note this as parents. We know this as parents, that whatever it is that we do, they learn from us. You're on the internet, you're miming and dancing and twerking to every song, everything, they know, they see, they are picking from you. So it is very essential. And when they are talking to you, one of the things, I remember that one of our teenagers told me one day, he said that, he said that my reason for using phone And the reason why I got addicted to phone this much was because I wanted to revenge. My parents, my mom, my dad is always on call, on call, on call, on call every time. And my mom is always on social media every time. And even when I'm sitting at her front talking to her, she's still pressing phone. And her response always is always, okay. That she never has conversation, eyeball to eyeball conversation with her. And so she too took up a phone and she got addicted to it, and she met a lot of things. So please, I beg us in the name of God, parents, we need to retrace our step in the aspect of use of phone. It is very important, it is very paramount that we know this. By setting this boundary, we can help your teen maintain a healthy balance between their online and offline Hope we know that as parents, there are ways that we can set our children's phone that wherever we are, and they have spent, and it gives us information of how many hours they have spent on so thing or so thing. We can switch off that phone or even lock that phone from wherever it is that we are. And when we get home, we can sit down and now talk about it. What do you think happened to your phone today? What do you think happened? You did this, you did this. Okay, so how do we manage this? This is the way to manage it. This is how to manage it better. I also need to leave us with this, that the teenager's brain and development that acquires information and all of that does not mature fully until they are 20. So if you see them overreact on the information that they see, they grab, is because their brain is still developing. It's still developing to attain and to acquire the things that they are seeing. So they will mismanage those information no matter what. Alright, so by the time we are coming up next, I'll be talking about monitoring the privacy settings. If it will be possible, I will send us the links of how we can set up the privacy settings on the phone. Encouraging positive digital citizenship. I will talk about cyberbullying online, how to protect them from it, and all of the likes. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that joined today. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you so very much. Thank you for joining. Please, I want you to do me a favor. I've said earlier that don't mind the way I'm talking today. Don't mind the way I'm looking or talking today. Please just pardon me. I want to encourage everybody to please share this video so that all other parents too will gain something from this, benefit from this. And you never can tell. You might be saving a home. You might be saving somebody. You might be helping somebody. You might be helping a life. Mommy Blessing said, Mommy Blessing praise. Oni said, God bless you, ma. Oh, thank you so much. God bless you too. God bless you too. Please kindly help share this video so that you can be helping someone. You can help someone. You can redeem somebody from the first thing on social media they have been doing that they don't know. I have a lot to say about this, but pardon me today. By the time I come back next week, by God's grace, I'll be very agile and strong and back to my hyper self. But thank you for taking me as I am today. God bless you for listening. God bless you for sharing. I'll see you again next week by God's grace. Please do well to join our community, our parenting community. And children, please send the link of parenting community. It's free to join. It's free to join our parenting community. There we discuss, we talk continuously about issues that teenagers are going through and how we parents can help them navigate it. Thank you so much once again. I pray and I commend every parent into God's hand that the Lord will uphold you, the Lord will increase you in knowledge, in wisdom, in understanding, and you will not fail in this journey of parenting. The Lord will put into your hands every resources and everything, every information, every knowledge that is needed for you not to fail as a parent, in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Bye for now. Don't forget, share this video.